Hi everyone, welcome to the webinar. Today we are going to be talking a little bit about AWS, and then we're going to hear from one of our partners, Shin Software, and the customer that they've been helping, Stella, from Italy. Let's do a round of introductions. My name is Tom Jones. I am a Principal Solution Architect at AWS, and I support our customers and partners in the industrial space. Today, I'm joined by Emmanuel. Emmanuel, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, Tom. Hi, everybody, and welcome. My name is Emmanuel, and I'm in charge of marketing at Shin Software. It's a pleasure and an honor being a member of this discussion panel and having the opportunity to describe about how Shin Software combined to AWS Services have been able to generate such an innovative project as simple of Rubinetterie Stella is. We will go in details later. For now, let Stefano Sappa introduce himself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Stefano Sappa, the CEO of Stella, a taps manufacturer, very old taps manufacturer from Italy, founded in 1882. And thank you.
Fantastic. I'm super excited to have both of you here with us today, and thank you for taking the time to share your stories with us. I want to give the audience a little bit of background on AWS before we dive into the details of your implementation. So let's just talk about AWS for a minute, and why are we talking about AWS in the industrial space? So if you think of cloud computing, there's lots of different aspects that AWS as a company is helping to innovate and drive for our partners and customers. Things from edge computing and ubiquitous sensing, so the ability to gather data at the edge, to artificial intelligence, which can drive things like predictive analytics and services around blockchain, which could be used for supply chain monitoring or quality, to 5G connectivity, which helps you connect your factory, all the way through robotics and additive manufacturing, and all of that kind of sums up to ways that you can help automate things that are happening in your factory. And we're not going to go into details on all of those today. I will save that for another time. But I just want to set the stage so that our audience can understand a little bit about the things that AWS is offering. And this next slide is a bit of an eye chart, so I don't expect you to really read this, but what it's showing is AWS offers over 175 different services today. And you can think of those as building blocks or components that you can use to create whatever type of solution you might need. So if you need something to do processing at the edge, right? If you need a way to ingest IoT data and be able to perform analytics on top of that, or you just need some raw storage or compute, or maybe you need some machine learning, we've got all of those services and more. So this is just to give you an idea of the breadth and depth of services that AWS offers today. And this is a constantly growing number. You'll see that the pace of innovation at AWS is pretty impressive, if I say so. And all of those are driven by customer need and customer demand. So we like to be very responsive to our customers and work backwards from the customer. One thing I want to highlight a little bit is our global availability. So today we have 24 regions around the globe. Each one of those regions is made up of what we call availability zones, and each availability zone is made up of one or more data centers. And the idea behind this is that each availability zone is on a separate internet connection, separate floodplain, separate power, so that you can build geographic redundancy or high availability inside of a geographic region. And if we take a look at the actual global map of that and drill into it a little bit, the slide's slightly out of date. I made it last week. I was just talking about that pace of innovation. Well, we now have 24 regions. We have launched the Milan region, and that has brought us to 76 availability zones around the world. So once again, trying to build things that are really helpful for our customers. We have 3 more regions that have been announced, one in Indonesia, one in Spain, and a second one in Japan. All of those are things that you can use to deploy your infrastructure in a global environment. And all of those services, the 175 plus services, the global reach, those are some of the reasons that our customers are moving their workloads to the cloud. Some of the other reasons that you see on the screen here are really the business drivers behind that, and the ability to migrate easily or move more quickly with an agile development process to gain insights into your data, potentially using that model of predictive analytics driven by machine learning, to improve your security and compliance. And all of that are some of the reasons that partners like Shin Software and companies like Stella have embraced AWS to help with their manufacturing workloads. And with that introduction, I want to hand it over to Emmanuel to tell us a little bit about Shin Software.
Thank you, Tom. As you can see on the slide, our company is specialized in interactive real-time 3D technology. Our aim is to bring the expressive, communicative, and emotional power of 3D graphics used in video games into the business world. And that's why we have developed Show in 3D, an advanced content management and application building platform able to replicate any product, process, or environment without editing a single line of code. The digital clone is a perfect copy in terms of aesthetic and functionality, because every configuration process, every kind of interaction, every behavior of the 3D model is processed by a powerful rules-based engine. The reliability of this processing structure granted us the status of AWS Advanced Technology Partner and allow us to proudly achieve the AWS Industrial Software Competency. Today, I'm also grateful to have the privilege to introduce Rubinetterie Stella, a faucet company that has become a landmark of quality, luxury, and design. For almost 140 years, Rubinetterie Stella has furnished the suites of the most prestigious and well-known hotels, both in domestic and international markets, with products designed by archistars such as Santi, De Lucchi, Foster, Piva, Duranti. Some of the creations of Rubinetterie Stella are produced without interruption since 1926, a long-running success that proves the ability of this company to set up new market trends with products that destined to become icons. But after this brief introduction, let's focus on Simple with the CEO of Stella, Stefano Sappa.
Thank you, Emanuele. As you explained, Stella has been a tap manufacturer since 1882. And therefore, its production is very complex because I need to carry on series with 100 years of history. The 3 bestseller series come since 1920, and simultaneously produce modern design. Besides, our main customer are architects and interior designers, who often and increasingly require aesthetic and mechanical customization. And the third point is that this kind of complexity is impossible to follow from hard copy of a catalog and price list, because you cannot print every week's the development of the range. You have to consider that we have more than 100,000 different mechanical components to manage, that every year we create more than 1,000 different taps and new taps and faucets to follow the big Archistar, even in a USA market. For this reason, several years ago, we minded and studied Simple. Simple is aims a goal that is to simplify the complexity, this kind of complexity. With just over 100 different mechanical components in a different finish, we can create millions of different combinations, and the customer can create his unique taps with a select and display system directly on the display of the computer. You can create and print a PDF with the right picture in the right finish, with real-time cost and technical information. If we create a new dimension for a spout, a main body, a handle, this new component is immediately available for everybody. And the most important, with a plugin, we can import directly in the ERP the unique code with the bill of quantity of the components in the different finish, and without wasting time, feed the MRP and the manufacturing process to reduce as much as possible the manufacturing time and the delivery time. And that's enough to explain how wonderful is Simple with the cooperation of the partner.
Thanks, Stefano. Since the early meetings with Stefano and his team, we understood that the fulfillment of Rubinetterie Stella needs require a tool that would have been disruptive for the entire tap industry. As Stefano said, the project changed the company perspective from a product-driven approach to a customer-centric one. On this basis, we worked together to create Simple, the most advanced faucet configurator in the world, a unique tool that offers superior interactive 3D visualization that works with the most popular devices and can generate more than 17 million product combinations. It is interesting to point out that every product combination is based on specific configuration rules and generates a unique output with variables such as SKUs, price, and detailed bill of materials. Under a technological point of view, and thanks to the perfect match between Showing 3D and AWS, we have been able to develop a full cloud-native app that seamlessly integrates with robust and reliable AWS services as Amazon S3, Amazon RDS, AWS Lambda, and Amazon CloudFront. Simple is a cost-effective omni-channel application, fully integrated, as Stefano said, with Rubinetterie Stella's ERP. And every change or update is instantly ready to be distributed on every device worldwide. In other words, Simple is a unique solution able to offer a customer-centric experience through a dynamic catalog, an effective contractor tool, and a user-friendly order entry interface. But let's see an example. Simple is an acronym that stands for simplicity, innovation, modularity, personalization, lines, and elegance. Starting from a basic pre-faucet, the configurator allows a complete interaction with the model. As you can see on the screen, you can interact with the model. And the user can select the rosette and its finish, can interact with the model as well, can change the finish, can check every kind of handles, can select the handles that more likes, and even the finish as well. But every configuration, every change is doing, it just is made in real time. So it's happening in the instant. Is clicking on the model or on the finishing. So you can also have a preset detailed camera view in order to see the perfect combination of the elements and the finishing you choose. And also you can set the configured faucet in an environment for a final check before going for a datasheet request. It's interesting pointing out that every modification will have an impact on the price list. So the price is going to be affected by the choices made by the customer. As you can see, the interaction is continuous. And then you can ask for a PDF, which is a detailed bill of material, and he can save the PDF on his computer, and can go to an authorized dealer with that reference number for a purchase. Shall now give Stefano the floor to explain the results his company achieved.
Thank you, Emanuele. I'm very proud with reference to this project, because I think Italy is a very important place in reference to design, because we have a lot of historical designer, and the most important association is ADI. And ADI gave to us an innovation award for Simple, and we are introduced in ADI index in 2019, and we receive a lot of other award for the innovation of this kind of approach to the customization. What is happening is that our customer, interior designer and architect, want something more every day, and now they are trying to customize the customization. The sense is, I want to be sure to be the unique. I'm really exclusive. That means we are approaching the idea to give the possibility to our customer to modify directly the dimension in the platform, and is complex, is a long trail, but I think with the help of our partner, it's possible to work and work on this trail. Because it will be very interesting and important, even because if not, a company so old such as Stella can be damaged by the complexity of the requirement from the customer that come from different part of the world, and they have different taste, different idea of design, and every day is very, very complex. And I think that's enough.
I would like to add just a couple of insights to explain why a high level of audience engagement is not going to be a nice to have option anymore. A recent research about consumer behavior says that users are 11 times more likely to make purchase after having been engaged by interactive experience. And moreover, even in the B2B segment, the 91% of B2B buyers in their business activities prefer interactive contents to passive media. And lastly, I'm quite sure that this kind of product presentation is going to set a new must-have in the top industry. Thank you.
Well, thank you both for sharing the journey of Stella and Shin software. The simple tool that you built is, I love it. I think I've long said, similar to what you just said, Emmanuel, that the ability to do mass customization is a huge competitive differentiator. I call it the commoditization of customization. And I love this tool because it gives the user the ability to do that customization on their own. And I look forward to seeing more of what you're building together. Well done. Thank you. And for the audience, thank you for joining us today. We have a few things that you can do next on the slide. There is a link to Shin software on the AWS Marketplace, and you can visit both Shin software and Rubinetterie Stella through the links that you see here. And lastly, there's a link for the simple tap web interface. So please go try them out. And thank you both for taking the time to share your story with us today.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you very much.